Hey guys, this is Dano from Hidden Bigfoot Research Labs. I know it's been a while since I made some videos. A story for another time. Anyways, I've been busy, and since about April of this year, I started building a trike from an old Volkswagen. You can kind of see it. I'll get the camera better in a second. The reason for that being is when my dad was a little kid, he built himself a trike, and it's changed a lot since then. But it happens to be sitting here with me. And he's done a lot to it. It needs a paint job, I know. And he's pretty proud of it. I personally hate Volkswagen, but I did decide to build me one. But I literally had all the parts. I had an old Volkswagen Beetle that the floor pan was completely rotted out in it. And I had title issues to it. And I already had it like 8 to 10 years once it got here. Started it one day, got it going, and the motor sounded great. And about a week later, I cut all the shit out of it. I didn't get much videos, but I didn't get many videos, but I did get a handful of pictures. I'm gonna try to get them posted into this video. Now, right now, just got it running good enough. I literally slapped it all together just so I could get it up on the highway, drive it a little bit, and see if I needed to go any farther. There's probably about 80% of things done the way it was done and I didn't want to do. I've got about 80% worth of stuff to change. I did get this tag today, and yes, it says antique tags. Technically, this is a rebuild of a rebuild of a rebuild. I've been working on the brakes. This thing has hardly any brakes. I've got to get that better. And all this is just made from stuff here on the property, plus a couple parts. But it's all junk that I've accumulated and other people's accumulated for a while. I believe it's a 72 Volkswagen Beetle. The independent suspension, manual transmission, and I believe it's the 1600. I'd have to look just to be sure. I may post it up on there what it really is. I don't know Volkswagen as well as Dad, but I am pretty familiar with them. But driving this, yeah, it's pretty fun today. Worth continuing. And then we can start working on other projects. Okay, quick run through of all that I have done up to this moment. We will start with where I cut it free from the Volkswagen. It bolted to the body. There's another one right there where it bolted to the body. Same thing on this side. And it took a weekend, a couple hours here, a couple hours there. And then I cut it straight from that hump in the floor pan out. Disconnected all the wiring. I still have the complete wiring harness. I have not built my own yet, but like I said, I wanted to drive it first. I'll do a better video on the shifter later. This is the stock shifter cut down, and instead of the big block, I put in a universal or a swivel socket. The master cylinder I ordered off eBay. I don't know how I feel about it yet. I hope it's my shitty craftsmanship and not it causing me not to have hardly any brakes. This front end is off of a 250 Ninja. I'd like a bigger one, but I had it. A headlight was supposed to be in today. It's still not in. I tied this old junk one from literally like right over there in the brain. And it turns on, we're good. It's cold, I don't care. Car battery I found. Terminals that I found that were broke that I had to clamp on there. A key switch here. I'll do a better video on that later. I have installed a handful of wires, and right now it's just the necessities. I will redo the wiring harness later. I only have the Ninja throttle on it. For the handlebar risers, we had 2-3 sets laying around that Dad's developed over the years, and we did have to drill and tap the holes. You can see it right there on both sides. I had to drill and tap one hole. I used one of the others. Oh, that'll probably be a video too, or also. This cage is an old wagon, one of those metal ones. I literally just needed the fastest way to add a battery and gas tank. Plan on using the motorcycle gas tank, but I want one bigger because that one's not very, it's like 3 gallon or something. I don't actually know, but it's not a whole lot. I'd like to hold 5 gallons and up. I may make a gas tank to go underneath here, but I like the idea of like a utility, like a small on-road, off-road vehicle. That's what I'm after. Cheap on gas, easy to run, haul a bucket of minnows and a fishing pole or a handful of tools, etc. I'm tired of having to get the bigger truck out. to go do something minor. The seat came off of another bike laying in the junk pile. I think it was a 750. I have no idea, but I'm pretty sure it was a 750 something. The front end is on Dad's. He grabbed the front end, I grabbed the frame. I had to put on new brake lines, new rubber brake lines to the Volkswagen. I'm probably going to do a video on the carburetor in a minute on how to rebuild or how to clean it. And hopefully I don't have any bad seals. I would like to completely remake this cage. I almost want to go with, like, you know, the little truck beds that's got like the boards, boom, boom, boom. I'm kind of thinking something like that. I may even put a little bit more of a seat right here. I may completely make my own seat. I've been looking at upholstery because I need a little bit better than I got. Oh, the clutch. The clutch, it needs work. It needs work. I'm not getting enough leverage on it. These pedals, brake, and clutch came out of, I believe it was a 95 Ford Ranger. The aluminum housing went bad and rubbed a hole through it. And this here was a piece of pipe my buddy had at a shop. He may have drilled it out. I don't remember if it's a piece of rod that he drilled or either way it fit. And I did a lot of glob welding, guys. I'm going to redo it all. I plan to make it pretty later. I didn't want to do a lot of work on a blowed up transmission or something that wasn't salvageable. I think that's about it for this video. Alright guys, check in for newer videos for coming projects. I think I'm going to try to do the carburetor in just a minute, if you want to watch that. Alright, thanks guys.